back to the Social Cycle podcast, where we take a look at things affecting the Black community from a sociological and psychological point of view. I'm Boonie, and I'm here with all of these ladies. It's a lot of them, so I'm not going to go down the list of who's in here. But in this episode, we're going to talk about our relationship with Black men. I do have a couple of questions. We were waiting for the guys to come in case they wanted to ask us something, but they didn't show up. But it's cool. The show must go on. So we're going to continue. But I'm going to start off with the first question, which is, how is your relationship with Black men? I'm going to start with Nadia.
You always do it. Oh, you going there. Okay. Romantically with Black men.
It could be in general too, not just romantically.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was gonna do all categories. Okay, so we could just sum it up. My relationship with Black men, child, I don't even know how to sum it up in words. I would say it's tiresome. It can be tiresome. It's a love-hate relationship, most definitely, because I love my Black man. Shout out to my Black man. Okay. Wouldn't have it no other way. Oh, that's it.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got for them. I'm sorry, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. Love, hate. That's it.
I feel you. What about you, Van?
Definitely a love hate. Like, I love Black men, and I know there are many good ones, smart ones, plenty with the right mindset, good head on their shoulders. But the number is definitely outnumbered by those toxic ones, those that you wish just would not
breathe,
exist.
I don't have a bad relationship with Black men, though. I will say that I don't have a bad relationship with them. I've had bad experiences, but not like terrible to where I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with them anymore. I've been very close, but not because it seems like every time I think like, you know what? If I wasn't married, I wouldn't even be looking y'all way. It'd be one that'll pop up and like speak forward, and he's like, don't give up on us. And I'm like, we're so close though. We're so close. But I can admit that as women as a whole, like we love them too much to give up on them. But personally, I don't have a bad relationship with them. I just wish they would do better.
Got you. And what about you, Mom?
It's same here, love-hate relationship. I don't have like a bad relationship. I don't dislike men in general, but there are some ups and downs, and they can do better, they can improve if they want to, but it's all if they want to.
Exactly. What about you, Miss Glenda?
It's the same over here. I have to agree with Neka on that. I love them, but it's a lot of them I don't like, and that's the main thing right there. It's not a love-hate thing on my end. I can love you because of who you are, and at the same time, it's an acceptance. But that doesn't mean I have to deal with it. Right. I love Black men because they are Black men. But it's a lot of them I do not like because of their attitude, because of it's a lot of things. And just like we as women, we can improve on some things, but as men, they have dropped the ball on a lot of things. And it's like they're not trying to pick it back up. But they expect us to pick it back up for them and then say, submit to me. No, sir, I can't do that. So it's a love you, but not like you.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
What about you, Shaniqua?
I love Black men. It's just basically, to sum it up, it's basically a love and hate relationship. They can be great as some great men out there. They just make very stupid, irrational decisions. 9 times out of 10. Um, but yeah, I mean, you love them, but you don't always like them.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha. So it's pretty much the same with me. I love Black men. I can't see myself with none other than Black men, but yeah, it's a lot of work that I feel like men got to do to show up for us. And I do think that they expect a lot from us, like pick up the slack. And I feel like, they in this day and time, like they looking at us like we tired, basically. Like we tired of y'all expecting this and expecting that. And it's like they're in this space where they feel like they want to give up because they feel like they give a lot and they feel like it's not appreciated. But at the same time, we understand that, but at the same time, we still got this life to live. We still got this community that we need to unite. We still got all of these things that we need to come together and do. So you don't get to be tired, because we're tired too, but we don't get to be tired. We can't stop. We can't stop showing up just because it's a lot of pressure on us, and we taking on everybody's pressure, everybody's problems. So that's my whole thing. Like, I feel like they're in this space where they don't want to do the things that are as expected of them. And I get it. It's hard. Things get harder as time goes on. But at the end of the day, y'all don't get to quit. Y'all don't get to stop doing stuff just because you don't like it no more, because we can't do that. So I love them, but like y'all said, like, it's the like thing. I don't like them a lot of the times because of the way they think and stuff like that. But I do think that it's important for us to have these conversations so Black men can understand that when it comes to the way we feel about them, it's not necessarily that we hate them and we don't appreciate y'all or whatever. We were put here for a reason. It wasn't to allow y'all to slack off and allow y'all to not be responsible. It's to keep to keep things in order, so we could keep pushing, as a community. So we are not going to lighten up. We're going to continue to be hard on y'all because that's what we're supposed to do as Black women. And I feel like that's something that they need to understand and not throw temper tantrums like little kids because of it.
First of all, I don't even understand how they feel they do so much because they do so little. That's the problem.
You can't tell a Black man that they don't do everything, that they don't got the whole world on their shoulders.
Yes, I will tell them. You already know that.
9 times out of 10, when they're like providing for the household or bringing in the income, they think that's everything. They think that's it.
Right. And that's not. Like, that's actually a very small portion of what you need to be doing in your household.
I think it's because it's what they're used to. Like, I wanted to emphasize on what you said, Boonie. Like, we understand, especially as Black women,
Right.
We understand more than anybody because we are literally at the bottom of the fucking barrel. We understand, but I think they feel like we have higher standards than what they would like us to have for whatever reason. And it's like, why expect so much from us and then not expect us to expect so much from you? It doesn't make sense.
That's a great point. That's a very great point.
Because like you said, like, that is the bare minimum. Like, you would be making money without us, with or without us.
Exactly.
That is literally the bare minimum. But you expect us to cater to you, cater to the kids that you want, cater to the lifestyle that you want. You expect us to, if we marry you, be happy that we married you, but you're not giving us reasons to be happy that we married you or created this relationship with you. You say you want, what is it? What's that word? I heard it do legacy, but you're not leaving anything to create the legacy. But somehow the moment we decide, you know what, we're gonna pull the same move you did. We're just gonna treat you like you treat us, or we're gonna start making the same moves you do, all of a sudden it's, why are you doing this? Or you're not doing this right no more. And it's like, I'm doing what you're doing. Like, why is this a problem?
Oh,
And I'm
because
like, well,
you
you're
pulling a
supposed to
them
submit to
on
me,
them.
but what am I submitting to? I'm doing more than you.
Right.
Make
That
it make
part.
sense.
Because like you said, even if I wasn't in, if we didn't have this family or we didn't have this household, you would still be working and paying the bills. You're not doing anything extra than what you would have been doing if you were single. So I don't get it's like, I'm okay with doing that, but you here, since you here, I got a problem with it, which makes no sense to me.
That goes back, I think I asked it off camera. I can't remember if I asked it on or off camera when I said, do you think we have higher standards for each other than we do for like other races when we date outside our race? Like somebody could be mediocre in their race, but it's like higher standards, higher value, whatever you want to call it, when we decide to go with them. And I think that's a thing, like for many people, not just men, but many people who date outside their race, it's like the other race can get away with things that they wouldn't allow if they dated within their race.
Right.
Oh no, I'm gonna have the same
I was about to
standard
say
for,
that.
it
Me
doesn't
too.
matter who I date, what color they are. I'm gonna have the same standard that I have for a black man for that person as well.
And I think that's for
Sure.
most people too. But I feel like outside of the relationship dynamic, we have to kind of have higher standards for each other because we're expected to be greater than everybody else to even be looked at as normal. So things are going to be harder. We're going to be harder on each other. We're going to be expect more for that reason. Is it good? It might not be, but that's how it is. But like my mama said, I am any relationship that I'm in, I expect the same thing for everybody that I'm gonna be with. I got the same standard for everybody. I'm not gonna take it easy on another race because they're not black or whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be harder. It's nothing racist about it. It's just, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little harder. Cause I understand the black man struggle. You feel me? We basically come up from the same struggle. So if you're a white man and you struggling, I'm sorry, I'm looking at you a certain type of way. How did you, and it's nothing against y'all, okay? Because I know this going on YouTube, so it's absolutely nothing against y'all. But with your white privilege, how? That's all I
Yeah,
want to
and I
know is
think that's
how.
what it is too, because you don't really have to be hard on other races because they got more privileges. So a lot of the
Right.
Yeah,
stuff
that's
will
what I
come
was
easy.
leaning more towards, not simply because they are a different race, but because, like you said, it's more privilege. Like a lot of
Right.
the times, what is mediocre in their culture
Is it
is higher than in our
exactly.
culture. So it's like they can not necessarily get away, but have more leadway with what they do because it could be mediocre in their culture, but because it's not done in ours, it seems
Yeah,
top tier.
Right. That makes sense.
exactly. And that's what I said. I feel like we have to be harder on each other to, to keep the community together or whatever. We started slacking off on men and just accepting whatever. How do y'all think that things are gonna be?
Way worse than it is now.
Terrible.
Like they're not gonna step up and be like, oh, y'all giving us some space or y'all slacking up, so we're gonna do better. That's not how it's gonna translate.
No, and
Actually,
Well,
if you
then
they
think
see it
about
as
it,
slacking off. Like
a
I
lot
see
of them.
women either just not dating them all together, and then they're going to be mad about that, and they're going to make more chaos because now they're trying to prove that they're better without actually improving. I only see those who believe that having a man, period, is better than being single, letting that stuff slide. Like I see it
Right.
being that it's going to get to a point where women are just going to not deal with them, or those women that would rather just have a man are going to let that stuff slide, and they're going to be like, why you can't be like them without actually being with them, kind of thing.
And a lot of times men will say that they want a woman like that, but they still don't be happy with that. Like, you could get a woman who allow you to do everything that you want to do, and you still not happy. You still not happy with that.
Okay.
Something's still missing. It's just not in our nature to not challenge one another. And I don't understand how they've gotten to this point where anytime we challenge them, they feel like, oh, y'all are attacking our manhood. Y'all threatening our manhood. This is how we've always been. This is in our nature as Black people. So I think that's where the confusion is or whatever. But I don't understand how they get to this mindset of we just done because we're doing so much. Like, what?
Then you have some of them that just don't even put in the effort of trying to improve or doing better. They sit there and point the finger and blame this one or that one, why they don't do it or not doing it or can't do it. This one holding me back. No, you're holding yourself back.
Right.
I feel
Exactly.
like
It's all about doing work with yourself, but they would rather, instead of actually taking the time to work on themselves or, seek some kind of help, they would either seek help, but only for those that think exactly like them, which gets them literally nowhere. Or they would rather push all their problems on somebody else. They would rather go and get another woman, whichever one is going to put up with their bullcrap at that time. They would rather go and do that than to just sit down, put in the work to self-improve and see why you are the way you are. And it's like, everybody has a breaking point, especially with Black women. Like, I think now a lot of Black women they've been past their breaking point, but they're at a point now where it's just like, you know what? Right. This is you. This is on you. This is not on us. This is on you 100%. This is up to you to fix. Like, we're not about to fix it. We're just going to sit here and watch you destroy yourself as much as it hurts. We're going to get to a point where we're just going to watch you destroy yourself because we're not going to keep ruining ourselves trying to make you better when you don't want to put in the work to make yourself better.
Because it does seem like they see us as a tool to sharpen them. Like, y'all supposed to help us get better. Y'all supposed to help us improve. It's like we're a tool. Like, that's all we are to them. And then whenever they got into a certain point with you, then they leave and then they get with somebody else and they get to wherever they want to go with that person and keep doing that.
I feel like the reason being is because, like, us as Black women, like, we're improving daily. You feel me? We're going after our dreams. We're going after our goals. We're saying no to everything that doesn't suit us, doesn't fit us. And Black men, and by any means, we're not bashing Black men. We love y'all. But the fact remains, like, it's making the Black men appear smaller. Cause like Van said, right. Cause like Van said, like, they're not improving. They rather just do hopscotch, in different relationships where we're actually taking the time to self-reflect and self-improve to get to that next level. So they're looking at us to be the leaders when we're still looking at them to be the leaders, but we just not waiting. Like, I can't wait on you. I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna keep moving, and you feel me? If you catch me, if you can, pretty much. That's
the things that I've been hearing them say on social media, like a Black woman shouldn't be making more than 100,000. You shouldn't have a job where it's paying you a lot of money because it comes off as masculine. What man is going to want a woman that's making over 100,000? It's like,
step your cookies up.
That means step your game up.
You want your woman to be poor so you can feel big? That's pathetic.
So we could be struggling? What? Trouble.
That's pathetic. Like, you're literally telling women, hold yourselves back so y'all can get a man. Hold yourselves back. Don't do nothing. Like, and then and which contradicts the what do you bring to the table idea. Because if I'm holding myself back and I'm not making as much money as I can because so I can get you, then what do I really have to bring to the table?
Myself.
So would you not date? Would you not date someone who you make more money than?
Me? Would I?
Well, in general, like everybody.
I would. If it was somebody who
would.
was if it was somebody who was
She say she wouldn't or she would.
she said she would.
Who, me?
I would.
You
I
say you
would.
No,
'Cause
wouldn't,
what if
Nadia?
you?
No, I
What
said
if
I
you?
would.
Oh, okay.
Cause like I'm at a place in my life, y'all. I'm probably the youngest one on the panel, but I feel like I'm getting older. So like the pickings is slim. I ain't got time to be like, I need somebody with 8 figures. I need him to be aging real well. No, I'm just gonna get what I can get. Long as he treat me right, we're great.
Nah, you can't
That's
get what you
fine.
can get, Nadia. Now you gotta still
No,
have them
I got
standards.
standards. Of course. Of course. I ain't gonna just be dating anybody. I ain't gonna have nobody that's 30 with a receding hairline. Like, I have standards, but they just not like how they used to be. Like, I'm more understanding the older I get. That doesn't mean like I'm less than my value or I'm trying to get on their level. It's just like I'm understanding some of the qualities I wanted in a man is unrealistic. Like,
Got you.
I know my perfect man is out there,
You
but the
definitely
perfect
you
man, no.
definitely could get a man with 8 figures though. Don't sell yourself
I
short.
know. Look, Boonie, I know. I'm just
I'm
worried
just
about that.
saying. But yeah, I would date somebody who I make more than. Like money is important, but like I'm not gonna like make a man feel bad because I make more money than him or throw it in his face or whatever. I'm okay with that, but you got to be okay with that because I feel like they make it more of an issue than we do. It's like, oh, you make more money,
Right.
you talking to me like this, or whatever little thing you say, it's gonna be, oh, you think you better than me because you make more money than me.
Oh, they
It's
love to
because
say
that's
that.
what's in their head. That's how they
Like,
think. Like they think everybody thinks like them. And then when you say, I don't think like you, they're like, well, that's dumb. It's like, you're dumb at this point. You're dumb. Shut up. You're dumb.
I think
Don't
it's
nobody
more
think like
of
you.
I think it's more of a control thing. They want to make the more money than you so they can control you and tell you what to do and all that type of stuff. They want to be in control. So if you making more money than them, they're not in control. They feel like so they don't like that. So it would be the issue with them, not us.
yeah, because the
Right, 'cause-
manhood is definitely tied to how much money they make and stuff like that.
And it's like, why? Like, who made it that way? Like, they swear up and down,
White
like, it's the
men.
woman who did that. It's like, it's literally white men that did this. And y'all
White
would
men.
rather stick to their standards than to just be happy or just do what you have to do for yourself. Like, nobody makes it a big deal but them. If you're making more money than them, then they're feeling emasculated. They're feeling like you're talking down on them. And it's like, dude, I just asked you if you could take out the trash. Like, I'm not.
That
I'm
money,
not doing nothing.
that money heavy. That money
Right.
heavy. They carry
And they
heavy
get
on their
so
mind.
far, right, they get so
That's what
far
it
in
is.
their own head. And it's like, it's not that serious. Like, why you just can't be you and
Right.
be happy? And as long as these bills are paid, as long as we are happy together, why does it matter?
Right.
And
You know what?
like Mama
And a
said,
lot of times society make it look bad upon too. Like
I was just about to
but that's
say,
other
But
people,
who is
they
society?
say that
listen
makes
to
them
society.
Who is society?
like with some women, like
White
it could be
the
people, you know,
world
it could
pretty
be white
much.
people.
It's the
Yeah.
world. And I
I
think some
mean,
men, their money is tied to their personality. You feel
Yeah.
me? Because
They don't
like
really know who they are outside of that.
exactly. If they not making no money, like who am I? I'm broke. Like you feel
Right.
me? And they just
oh,
become
they
their
so
personality.
they're so unhappy. If
And
they
like, I
broke,
get
they're
it.
miserable.
What? And they gonna
Right,
make you
because like
miserable too.
anybody that doesn't have money, you know how, if you've struggled before, you know how depressing that can be to struggle. So it's understandable. Again, we fully understand
Right.
what that's like, but we don't make it our personality trait. Like, yeah, we're a lot happier,
Exactly.
not necessarily happier when we have more money. It's less stressful
Comfortable.
when
Yeah.
when we have money. So we get it, but we don't make that a part of our personality. Like, okay, I'm broke, so now I'm just gonna be a bitch to everybody. Like, no, that's not how that goes.
I'm gonna make it everybody problem because I ain't
Exactly. Because I don't
it's
got
too
no money.
easy to make money now for people to be behaving like that. Like for real. And if you put that ego to the side, you might find you a woman who can help you get there. But I feel like a lot of men, they don't really want that. They don't want you to they'll say they want certain things, but if you smart, you know a little more than them, you got a little more than them, they be
You
intimidated.
challenge them.
They
Oh
be
gosh, please
intimidated.
don't
It's
challenge.
like, oh, you acting like a man. And it's crazy how the things that they see in us are things that reflect them, and they don't even realize it. The things that you don't like in us are the things that are in you, which keeps bringing us back to the point, not necessarily saying they the only problem, but you're a big one. Like you might not be the only one, but you a big one.
You notice how that comes full circle though, like how I don't know which one of y'all just said it, but it's like you're acting like a man, and it's like, but
exactly,
majority of y'all don't respect women's thoughts or women's minds or what we say, even though it could be completely right. You still would rather hear it from another man who is dumber than you than to just hear it from a woman. But if a woman is acting like a man, why wouldn't you listen to that woman? But you will listen to a man. Like none of it makes sense. Everything just comes in one full circle, and it never makes sense.
It doesn't. I don't be feeling like they know what they mad at no more. Well, really, y'all holding the white man's vision. That's what y'all value. Y'all talk about pro-blackness and and all of this stuff in the Black community, but y'all are clutching for dear life onto the white man's values all the time, and calling it our values. No, we're not like them. There are things that are different. Yeah, Black women are going to be different from white women because we're not like them. They didn't have to go through a lot of the things that we had to go through.
Talk about
not
it.
Them, but you, a Black woman who about something and you got more than they do. Them niggas act like you the embodiment of Uncle Sam, but they ain't got nothing. They don't be having no issue with the white man doing that, the white woman doing that.
I was just about to say the white woman because they sure don't.
But it's an issue with
what
us.
Kanye
they
say?
want us to stay on the
And this
bottom.
day and age now, honey, some men don't have a problem with the woman doing it.
Some don't. They don't. They okay with like get taken care of or whatever. I mean, if that works for you.
I would say I personally don't see a problem with that.
Yeah,
it's
if it works
about
for
what you as a couple want, like or whatever y'all are, individually. If that's what y'all want, whatever works for your relationship, but don't be holding your relationship to the standards of what society is saying. Like I don't see the purpose in it. I don't see any good coming out of that, because like, why would you purposely put yourself in a box to follow somebody else that's leading you nowhere? Like we all agree, even those that aren't fully aware of themselves, we can all agree society is shit. Like it is absolute shit. So why would you put yourself in a box or in that line to be like, I'm going to follow exactly what they say, exactly how they say it, and I'm going to go with them?
Which is crazy because I keep stressing it. We're not like them. Why are we always looking at them? Why are we always paying attention to what they got going on, looking at them? Oh, this don't happen in their community. That don't happen in their community. That's just us. That's just Black women that do this. Other races, that's a lie. Number one, that's a lie. Number two, why do you care? Why are you always comparing? We're not like them. We prove it every day. We're not like them. Stop holding us to their standards because we don't fit it.
We can actually go above their standards if we being realistic, because Black men and Black women have to go above and beyond just to be their bare minimum. So we are actually better in that sense. So why not just?
Because they can't see us as that, because if we're better than other races of women, that means we better than them in some ways, and they don't want that.
And the killing part about that is, as much shit as we can talk, as much as we have said so far, we still be sitting here like, well, I love you. But I love you. I want you. We want y'all.
Because it's just innate. It's just natural to us. And I feel like for them, like it's easy for them to be like, I'm tired of y'all. I'm about to start dating other races. Like it literally, for me to date outside of my race, I would literally have to reprogram my mind to be accepting of another race of man. But it's easy for them.
I can't do it. I don't know. I can't do it.
I'm
I just
never
really
dating outside of my
cannot
race.
do it. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, it's not home. It doesn't feel like home. The conversation just be going over my head. I be like, you know, I be making my little jokes about like sitcoms back in the day, go over their head. I'm just like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't gonna work.
The culture
do it
100% because I wouldn't exist if my folks decide to stick to their race. So I don't tell my kids that I wouldn't tell my kids stick to your race. I pro-black 100%, but I'm not gonna tell my kids like stick to your race. No, stick to who loves you, who's the best for you, as long as they aren't down in your culture, down in where you're from.
I thought you was about to say as long as they not white.
Right, very supportive, accepting, go for it. Like I'm the same way. I absolutely love black men, but my man is half black, so yeah.
Right. Love who you love who you compatible with. And I know who I'm compatible with, so I'm gonna just stay in my little lane. I'm gonna just over here.
I had the opportunity to date outside of my race, but I didn't choose that. I still chose them same black men that always be trying to give us a hard time about, oh, you want to give me a hard. No, ain't nobody giving you no hard time. You just want to do what you want to do, and I'm not gonna let you do what you want to do.
Nah, I am giving you a hard time. Definitely expect a hard time when you come over here, because that's what it is over here.
It just seems like a hard time to them because they don't want to put in the work to improve themselves, to make themselves better.
Exactly.
Like, they be sounding like babies. Like, just let us do what we want. I don't want to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Please, just let me stay up till 1.
And the thing is, it's not that we don't let them do what they want to do. We do let you do what you want to do. It just won't be with us. Right. Like, it just won't be with me. Go do what you want to do. It just won't be with me. Go find another one. Like, it's plenty of us to go around. It's plenty of us to go. And there are plenty
color,
sizes, shapes for exactly what you want.
They got so many different expectations for us.
Right. It's like a challenge thing. Like, they love that challenge. Like, I'm gonna make her be the type of woman I want her to be. And then when she does, it's like, but you change.
You know what's really been getting on my nerves lately? And it's not off topic, but it's just like my social media, really. On my Instagram, on my Snapchat, it's just always a black man trying to tell a black woman how to be a black woman. Like, baby, you can't tell me exactly.
Yeah, you cannot change that jump.
Yeah, I'll be arguing with them. I sure do, and I'll block them. Because
you gotta get that off your timeline, off your news feed.
Right, you gotta change your algorithm.
Whenever I see black men talking about black women, scroll, swipe.
What? I comment. I ain't even gonna lie, because it just be like, dude. Then I go to your pictures. You got on tight jeans and a crop top. Yep, you think you're a black woman. Next. Because why else would you try to tell the black woman how to be a black woman? Like, do you have expertise in this? Like, what study did you take up in this? Did you jump in a woman's body for a day, an hour, a minute, or second?
Tight jeans and a crop top.
Yeah, and he probably gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. You see this? Because baby,
I was about to say the same thing, but I think that's anime. That's because of anime culture.
I mean, you can have your little crop top on, but when you start, telling me how to be a black woman, I'm looking at you like you suspect.
Them men used to wear them crop tops, and they used to be fire too.
I'm sorry, I'd have been like, nah, I'd have kept walking.
Back in the day, like, I was looking at some stuff. I was reading some stuff. Like, makeup was created by men for men.
Yeah,
dresses were created for men by men. The crop tops, all of that stuff was created for men by men. And yet now, because I don't believe in like the whole I'm gonna judge you off of how you dress, because like I know how I
nail polish and everything.
Right. I'm not gonna lie, I love that shit.
I
I
can't
absolutely
count.
love it.
I'm gonna
I
judge you.
love it.
I
But
ain't
I'm
gonna
not gonna
judge.
judge you based off of how
Can't
you
do it.
dress. Like, I'm gonna judge you off of your character. And I know for a
Right.
fact there are some men out here who will probably put a tutu on with their daughter, do their nails, and do a ballet dance, and are way manlier than these
That's
want to be
different.
macho type dudes.
That's different. Now you wear that tutu going out to the club or something like that. Yeah, I'm judging you. I'm sorry. Now if you doing it for your child, you feel
Well,
me?
first of
I love
all,
that.
why you got in a tutu in the club? Like, I ain't even mad at the tutu.
Look
That's
at
not how
you.
you supposed to dress in the club. Why you got on a tutu? That's not
I
club
mean, do you got the
attire.
tutu
You
on
know
with
what
some
I
jeans, or
mean? If
you just going
you
with a straight tutu?
just
Yeah,
no, I'm
because
What
just
kind of
saying,
club is
like,
this?
like what kind
I
of
don't
what
know.
kind of
Look,
club
y'all
is
too
that?
literal. But if you wearing them clothes outside of whatever you got going on with your daughter, whatever y'all doing, I'm sorry. I'm looking at you different. You can take it however you want to take it. I'd rather protect myself. I don't want to be with no man trying to be so understanding about your nail polish, your tight clothes, and then you backdooring me with other men. I don't got time. So I'm going, and you know what? Let me recant that, because not all,
Well, they don't,
gay men or
and
I was
cis
about to
men
all of
is
say
gonna be
them,
that.
dressed like that. But
it
yeah.
can be men that don't do that. That still will backdoor you.
Right, that's what I'm about to
Right.
say.
But for me,
Them
And
be
it
the
can be
main
the ones
it's
that,
ones.
just like, for me, I'm sorry. The
Them,
clothes, it's
them
just
be the
gone.
main
That's just me.
ones that be
If
yeah,
you dress
it's
in
just
tight
your
clothes, don't
preference.
even look my way. Right.
Yeah,
Don't even
it's
look
your
up in them.
preference.
Look, I don't
trying to
mean to
get
sound
off on
like
the
that, but yeah,
tutu.
we just keep it
Okay.
moving.
We answered a lot of these questions that I had already, but what can Black men do more of to support us?
Not just say they understand, but show it in action, like moving forward.
Okay.
Got you. What about you, Nadia?
Actually be the leader, the head of household. Actually command the respect you want. Don't just be asking for it or begging for it. Show me why I should respect you. Show me why I should allow you to lead me. Show me why, you smarter than me, even if you're not. Like, just show me something.
Ain't
So
no
I
such
could be
thing.
like, okay, right. Exactly. That's why I threw that, even if he not. But like, I want you to show me something. Like, be a leader. Don't be like, it's okay to come to, your woman when you're lost, or you need a sense of direction, or, you need that love. But like, don't be coming to me to be the leader. And then when I start putting on my cape, leading a relationship, you feeling some type of way. Cause now I'm not coming to you, asking you nothing. I'm telling you like boom, boom, boom. And that's what it
Right.
is. So like, just be a leader, be a man. Don't talk about it, be about it.
What about you, Mom?
Do more than just the bare minimum. Don't expect so much from me when you are not putting in the effort yourself or putting in the work yourself. Don't think you're going to just sit here and pay your portion of the bills and do your part of what you think you're supposed to be doing, and then you expect me to do 3 times as much as you doing. No, none of that.
What about you, Van?
Get help. Like, I personally, I don't worry about all the what's the word, the outside stuff, like, because
Got you.
personally I don't need anybody, so what they do, it don't bother me. It's how you are as a person. I need you to get help, and good help, not just run into somebody that probably has the same mindset as you, but actually get outside source help, or like a good therapist or a good psychiatrist, like whatever it is you need to get. Or even if you have a friend that thinks outside the box, listen to that friend, because if you're listening to somebody that's in the same box as you, neither one of y'all are going anywhere. Just get some help, improve yourself, and then we can be good. I like people's mindsets, not what they got going on the outside. Like, I can do all the same things that you can do. We have that established. We know that already. I need you to be a good person, and then we'll go from there. But I need you essentially to be a good person.
What about you, Miss Glenda?
I need them to show up. When it's time, show up. Even if you cannot be financially supporting. But if you know it's something that I'm doing or it's something that I want to do, show up. That's all. Just show up. And that kind of support is going to show a whole lot more than what it can tell you. So anything can come out of their mouth. But when you show up, that's enough.
Got you. For me, pretty much the same thing. Like, show up. I also would like for Black men to see us as more than a tool to sharpen you and help you to improve and get better. I want y'all to see us as human beings who also have feelings, and stop dismissing our feelings and calling us crazy or too emotional or whatever. Like, I feel like the things that y'all dislike about women are the things that y'all should value about women. Our emotions, our instincts, the things that make us women are the things that are in us to help you. So if you're constantly telling us that these are not good and you're crazy if you feel like this, and you're too dramatic, you're too emotional, you're trying to change who we are. And I feel like that's one of the problems. Like, there's nothing wrong with us being emotional. We know how to regulate our emotions and control ours, which is a lot more than we can say about y'all. Like, but I feel like y'all don't see us as human beings. Y'all see us as tools, whether that be your servant to cook, clean, and do whatever else you want us to do, whether that be helping you to get to wherever you're trying to go or whatever. But I feel like y'all need to start seeing us as more than that. We are people. We go through things too. Believe it or not, we go through things too, even though y'all be making it seem like the things that we go through isn't important. We do. We struggle a lot with our relationships with you and just with the world, period. And we need to be seen as human beings. Royal asks, do you feel like there is a divide between Black men and women? If so, how do we fix this divide? I'll start with Shaniqua. Go ahead, Shaniqua.
Let somebody go. I'll come back to me.
Okay.
I ain't had time to think.
Go ahead, Nadia.
Look, I'm finally ready. You ain't even choosing. So I feel like there is a divide. And the reason why I feel like that is because, like, I'm just gonna take it all the way back. So I'm gonna take it all the way back. Slavery, Jim Crow, like, you feel me? We've been through a lot. Like, not only us, but our parents, our grandparents, so on and so forth. So basically, the way we're raised, like, even though we're raised with love, we're basically raised off survival. We're taught how to survive, how to maneuver through this world. We're not actually, like, led to see, like, all the beauty of the world, because maybe your mom was working so much she ain't had time to take you to the park all the time, take you to the zoo. Like, in my case, my mom worked a lot. She had a husband and she still worked a lot, you feel me? So it was just like, I didn't have time to see, like, the beauty of the world, really. I did have those days where, we had family days, stuff like that. I'm not going to take that away from my mom. She did give me a good childhood. Mom, you gave me a good childhood, okay? I'm not bashing you. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of us are built off for survival. So us being Black, the Black man, the Black woman, like, we're gonna bump heads. It's just going to happen. Like, when a Black man get with a white woman, or a Black woman get with a white woman, the reason why the relationship's so peaceful, or whatever race you decide, to interact with, lay down with, It's because 9 times out of 10, they were raised off of love, off of happiness. You feel me? So our upbringing is totally different. So the things that you could just brush off your shoulders, maybe that's going to make me feel some type of way. You feel me? Maybe I don't know how to articulate my feelings properly. Maybe you had that type of guidance. So when I'm upset, maybe I just come off, a little angry, and being that you were raised that way too, or your mom did a whole lot of yelling at you or whatever she did to you, that takes you back to that place. And now you loud with me, even though I'm not even angry mad. You feel me? I'm emotional mad. It's just coming off like that. So I think it's just a matter of how we was raised, but how we go about it is breaking them generational curses, learning ourselves, learning our triggers, and finding healthy techniques to cope with it and deal with it. And just being understanding that we all weren't raised the same type of way, being understanding that your emotions may not reflect exactly how you feel. That's just the only way you can express it. So we just really have to be more so understanding of each other and accepting. I know we was talking about how we put each other on like a high pedestal, but sometimes we don't need to do that. Maybe we need to cater to the baby in each other, or that little girl, that little man, little boy energy. So I feel like a lot of the times we just have these high expectations of each other because we know what we're capable of. We probably talked about, our goals, and we want to see each other, strive towards that. But I think it's just we just have to find a healthy coexistence of more so of love and happiness, and just take the anger, like you said, the ego, take all those unhealthy emotions out when we're talking to each other. Or matter of fact, don't even talk to each other when your emotions are high. Take some time, to self-reflect on your emotions, and then come and speak and talk. Everything doesn't have to be said right then and there in that moment. So I think we are divided, and we just individually have to come up with our own techniques and coping mechanisms for us to properly coexist or cohabit, and be how we was back in the day.
Got you. What about you, Mom?
There is a great divide between Black men and Black women, and the divide comes when they see us as hard to deal with, very difficult, and they don't want to put in the work for it. So yes, that's why it's divided. They rather the easy way out. So if the easy way out is dating someone else that's going to allow them to do what they want to do, then that's what they're going to do. And the only way to fix that is for Black men to come to their senses and think, how can I deal with this Black woman? Every Black woman ain't the same. So the one that you have, you figure out how you can deal with that Black woman and make it work. And then it won't be such a big divide, because women put in a whole lot. We as Black women put in a whole lot in a relationship. Well, most of us anyway, the good ones that are Black. Because and the only reason I say that, because not all Black women are the type of women that's going to put in everything in a relationship.
Yeah. We got you. You ready now, Shaniqua?
I was reading the other question in the chat. Basically what Nadia and Mom said, it is divided. I just feel as though men don't work enough they'd rather the easy way out. They don't work enough to understand or try to understand and fix that. You just aggravating, and that's that. Or you nagging, and that's
Right.
that.
Van, what about you? I'm not gonna lie, I damn near forgot the question. But yes, I do feel there is a divide, and I feel like the best way to fix it is pretty much to sum up what everybody else said, is to work on ourselves as individuals and then come together with those that make us better or make us whole and add to it. I think a lot of us are looking, and when I say us, I mean as a Black community, are looking not for helpmates, but for helpmates, if that makes sense. Like, we're looking for people to help us as a stepping stone instead of actually help us in a sense of adding to what we already are. And I think if you can find somebody that's going to add to you, that's great. But if you're looking for somebody that's going to help build you up, like, naturally as a partner, you are going to, or you're supposed to, help build each other up. But if you're looking specifically for somebody to help you be a better person, that's already something wrong. You need to be looking at yourself to be a better person, not for somebody to make you a better person, because then when that person is gone, you're going to go back to the way you were, which meant all the work that they put in was for nothing. You were dependent on them instead of depending on yourself to improve yourself. And I just believe that us as a community need to work on ourselves individually and then come together. We need to listen. Women need to listen to when their man is being vulnerable or their man is letting them know exactly what it is. Because you do have some men who will say exactly what they want. If it does not align to what you want, leave it. Don't be pushing yourself to make them who you want them to be. Don't be pushing to be the person that you think they want you to be. Leave it. It's just not for you. The same goes with the men. They push, and I only put it on men like this because I feel like as a whole, Black women have, like Mama said, Black women have put in a lot of work in themselves and to continuously help the Black community, whereas the men have either been piggybacking off of that work or just not doing anything at all and trying to tear you down instead of helping build you up. I believe men really, really need to just sit with themselves for a while and get their shit together, basically. Like, at bottom line, they just need to get their shit together, because there's no way that we are steady coming up, and instead of them wanting to be a part of that, they want to tear it down or say you need to lower your standards. If she doesn't meet your standards, move on to the next one. If the person that does meet your standard, if the people that do meet your standards are not the people you want, then obviously the answer is for you to get your shit together. Build yourself up to where you want to be, but don't be dragging people along with you in the long run until you get there. Because we all know how men can do. Once they get to where they want to be, then they get the woman that they want instead of the woman that they had. The one that was there and went through all of the changes with him, she's trash now because he's gotten where he wants to be and he can get the woman he really wants. Just be by yourself. Like, I never against just being by yourself. And again, I truly believe to come together as a community, we just need to sit with ourselves as individuals and heal ourselves. Not saying you can't love somebody while you're in your healing phase, but you need to be very self-aware to where you're not damaging the person beyond repair. I believe you can. It just depends on how you go
people
about it.
prove every day that they can't.
That ain't hard. I
They
ain't even gonna
prove
lie. It's hard.
every
So
day.
hard.
It's hard to work on you when you're with somebody else because you always gonna be looking at them, and that's what you shouldn't be doing. You're supposed to be focusing on you
Or either trying to nurture them and help them along the way.
and forgetting about you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I feel
gonna
like
be
if
the
you
balance
are,
gonna be upset.
when you're healing yourselves, if you have it takes the right person, of course, but I feel like if you have the right person, y'all can pour into each other while simultaneously growing, and you'll be growing as a person, as an individual, and y'all will be growing together as a whatever you want, couple, group, whatever.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Glenda?
I think it comes down to friendship. A lot of us have forgotten about being friends. A lot of us have jumped into situationships and called them relationships, and that's not what they are.
Mhm.
We tend to skip completely over being friends. And what comes with the friendship is understanding. When you're friends with a person, you allow them to be who they are. Let them show you who they are. You don't down them. You don't, you know, jumping on their neck all the time. Let them show you. Let them be comfortable enough to show you this is me and accept that. But it's not saying that you have to accept it in the point of being in a relationship with them. But the more you allow a person to be themselves, the more you come to understand why they do the things that they do. And it makes it easier to actually deal with them and say, oh, us being divided, we will have a better chance of actually being together and having each other's back if we can understand why a person do the things that they do. And a lot of times we bypass the understanding stage because we'll say, well, I don't understand why you're doing that. Are we actually listening to them?
Right.
So it goes back to sitting within ourselves to say, okay, am I listening or am I talking? If I'm talking, am I listening to the feedback? Or am I talking to a point where I'm shutting him down? Because we can come off a little strong. And men do shut down. So we have to get back to the friendship. We have to get back to letting them be who they are so we can help them to be better when we help ourselves become better. So that's where I am with that part.
That is actually so true. But I think I agree. I think that we aren't friends no more anymore. I think that we depend on each other too much. And then I think that we don't depend on each other enough at the same time.
Right.
Because I feel like the trust between us is gone. Like we don't trust each other. There's this competition because we're so caught up in the in society's game and the American game or whatever, like everybody trying to get to the top so they can have some type of power or whatever. There's this power struggle, and then we take it out on each other rather than like, why do we keep looking at them, what they got going on? I think that's what messes us up a lot. We get caught up in society and what's going on in society, and rather than just looking within our community, like you said, listening to each other, being friends with each other, creating a space for each other to be human, because I do feel like we are hard on each other a lot of the time. And we forget that we humans because we haven't been treated like that by other races of people. So we don't even look at each other like that no more. And I think that's one of the biggest issues.
That's deep.
And the friend thing, for sure, because I feel like as Black women and Black men, we should be able to have this love for each other, regardless of whether we're in relationships, in romantic relationships or not. We should have this love for each other that cannot be touched. Like nobody should be able to disrupt the bond that we got with each other, but it's so broken that it's hard for us to fix that back, because you got Black men thinking that we want so much from them, and then we think they want so much from us, because honestly we do. Like I said, we depend on each other too much and not enough at the same time, because we put a lot of pressure on each other, but when it comes down to it, we don't support each other, like you said. But seeing how somebody is, rather than being in their faces and asking them, why you don't do this, why you don't do that, just sitting back and watching, and then deciding if you want to be in a deeper relationship with that person. It's okay to still be friends. And I think that's a huge thing that we're missing within our community, the friendship. It's like either we're in a romantic relationship or we're not.
Right. And then when we're not, it's like, I'm not going to deal with that person. I'm not going to talk to him. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to see him. I don't want to, it's like, I've completely closed the door on you. And why? Because we didn't work. That's not right. I mean, with some, you don't have a choice. But just because you don't fit my bill and I don't fit yours, it shouldn't have to come to a point where I hate you, you hate me. It shouldn't be that way. Because that means that if it was a friendship in the beginning, the entire friendship is gone, the talks are gone. It's hard enough for men to open up to anybody as it is. So if you were a person to listen to him, or he opened up to you, okay, now that you're not friends, if you close that door to him because of something that he did or whatever, now he's not going to open up to anybody else. He's going to start playing these games or continue to play them, but he's going to get worse because now he don't have the friend that he had. He can't talk to the person that he was talking to. He can't open up to no, because he's going to be like, when I did open up to somebody, or if I let him in my world, she shut me down. She closed the door on me. So why would I take my heart and open up to somebody else for them to do the same thing? And then you look on social media and you see a lot of these guys saying, I'm fighting these demons, I'm fighting these demons. We don't know what they're dealing with because we're not listening. And just remaining friends and say, you know what, relationship wise, it's not gonna work. You know it's not, I know it's not, but that does not mean that I'm not here for you. That doesn't mean you can't call me now. If they choose not to, that's them. But they have to know that we are here, not just for them to be our man and be the provider. I'm here if you need me because I'm your friend. And if we can do that and get them in a comfort zone to where they can let out some of the things that they're holding in, it would actually make them better men. But they're holding on to stuff and they won't let anybody know, and they're demonstrating a damaged person, and they're breaking every woman that they get. All because I don't have nobody to talk to.
I also see that Black people too don't protect each other either, because I be seeing a lot of these rappers like overdosing and dying from drug overdose and stuff, and they have so many people around them that's watching them like go down this road. Like, you know how that's gonna end. Look at so many people dying. I'm asking this question: why are these people accidentally overdosing on medicine and stuff like that? Like, y'all got so many people around y'all. We don't be having each other back a lot of the time either.
And that's
they're
what
not
they have a
accidentally
lot of people.
overdosing.
I don't believe it either.
They have a lot of people around them, but just because you have a lot of people around you, it don't mean that you actually have somebody there that's for you. That's actually your friend. Somebody that's gonna tell you, look, hey, you're doing too much. Look,
And that's
you need to stop. So it's that
that's why
love that's not there. So it's like, yeah, do this, yeah, do that, yeah, do this, do that. You know, it's a lot of people, but they're still sitting there by themselves because nobody actually loves them.
That's true.
And that's why you're supposed to keep them people that you came up with.
Sometimes, because sometimes people that you come up with, they be jealous. They don't want to see you come up a lot of the
That's
time.
different. I'm talking about the good people that, I'm talking about like the good people that helped you get there. You start smelling yourself, feeling like they don't fit the look or the image. So, you stop hanging out with them or whatever the case may be. So I definitely agree with what she said. I just wanted to piggyback on that. Like, keep those good people around you, no matter how weird they may look, how, they act. If they're good to you, then they're good for you. That's all. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, because this stuff
Hey,
shouldn't be
Cash.
happening.
I'm sorry.
When you got all of these people around you, this stuff shouldn't be happening for real. It's a lot going on. We definitely need to do better as a community and protect each other, love one another and stuff like that, because they already everybody else is already against us. and then we doing all of this stuff to each other, trying to gain something. Like if you see that somebody can help you get some type of way, you attach to them and you trying to go where they're going, but you ain't even protecting them.
Yeah, well, with the addiction thing that you just spoke on specifically just that, a lot of times, some people can tell them what they need to do, but they don't want that at the moment. And you can't force people's hands sometimes.
Right.
You know? And a lot of times it may do, like I seen, I can't remember the rapper.
You talk about
Big Star.
That's who I'm talking about.
They said his one started off as a he got shot or something like that. Or he got in a car accident and broke his spine or something like that. Cash, chill. And so he did have to take medicine, but a lot of times everyone is not, how can I say, strong-minded and get addicted to it. And then it leads to other things. I don't think he accidentally died. I think his tolerance just kept elevating and he took too much than he could handle.
That's still accidentally though.
I don't think that's accidentally.
It's accidentally because you ain't trying to kill yourself. You just die. You just keep taking a lot of medicine.
I think it's accidental. Well, that's accidental, but it's accidental. Well, I don't think it was. I mean, I just feel as though you know what you're doing. You know you could die. He knew the risk from it.
Yeah, but
he was chasing that high.
A lot of times people
he was chasing it.
People be knowing what they gonna be believing. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like it be stuff because a lot of times people do. Yeah, you can't tell a lot of people what to do and stuff like that. But I see videos of like him being on video like high and people just like laughing at it. And I'm like, wow.
But that's not funny.
At all.
Yeah, they when they
die,
and stuff. Yeah.
When they die, it's like, why was nobody doing this? Why was nobody doing that? But y'all was laughing.
And a lot of times, them people just want the money. They're not even there for you. They're there to see what they can get out of you, what level you can take them, what rooms you can put them in.
If you feeding them money or providing money, they're honestly not going to tell you anything for your good or something.
Exactly.
Usually with addiction, people get like, don't try to tell me what to do or, stuff in that kind of
I give you money.
So they're not
right.
Yeah, they ain't going to speak up.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying we just need to be more protective of each other. I know there's some people that you can't help. Yeah. When you can't help some people, you have to know your boundaries, and I think that's important. Set your boundaries. But if you see somebody going through something, at least try to help them out. If it don't work, it don't work. But I do feel like that part too is missing in our community. There's another question. Do you feel that Black women have too much pressure on them to be mothers, leaders, fixers, wives, nurturers, all of the above?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I think we actually have pressure. We're pressured to be that for the whole world, like for everybody. Like
I hate that.
Whenever
we're not only mothers to our kids,
we're
mothers to everybody, or people that we just always mother. Like we're just always caring about.
We're not really allowed to have our own issues, and people just expect us to always be there for everybody else. And like when it comes time for us, like we having issues and stuff like that, it's like, oh, she got an attitude, oh, she too emotional, oh, she crazy. But it's like y'all, a lot of time we be sacrificing our mental health and stuff to make sure everybody else good.
And you're not allowed to get a day off either.
I was just about to say that. I hate like that stigma of a strong Black woman, because like that carries over into like even the workplace. Like we don't get that moment to, like you said, have a bad day where we don't feel like talking. Like, oh, she got an attitude. Oh, she being nasty today. No, baby, I'm normally a person that don't talk, but I have to come in here with a smile on my face and this customer service voice just for you to feel like I'm okay. Like I'm happy. I'm happy. I just don't want to be bothered. That doesn't mean I have an attitude. That doesn't mean I'm mad. It just means like my rest of the bitch face is on right now. Like fall back. Let me stop. But no. But no, seriously though, I hate that stigma.
You're entitled to your space though. We should be. We shouldn't always be expected to allow people in our space just because y'all see us as these nurturers. Like, we have our moments too. Sometimes
Right.
I don't want people in my space. Sometimes I want to be left alone. And I don't think nothing is wrong with that. We do have a lot of pressure. They expect us to be perfect. Like, you can't be half stepping. You come with your hair not done. Everybody talk about your hair. Everybody talk about your clothes. Everybody talk
Right.
about this, and they making up these hypothetical scenarios, or this is why this has happened. You just always gotta be on point as a Black woman, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Right.
Too
Even with
much.
other Black women. I mean, even
Yeah,
from
with each
other
other.
Black women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get most
Talk
of that
about
from
it.
each other.
People,
Talk
yeah.
about it.
Most definitely.
You ain't got the latest clothes, the latest J's, or something wrong. You po. I be hating that. I be
Or
like, yo.
Or how she talking to him and looking like that.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, girl, what? It be weird. It is weird. And we're our own worst enemy. That's another thing. We are the hardest on ourselves and each other. Like, and it's so
Definitely.
sad. It's definitely
Most
sad.
definitely.
Cause it's like those moments where you want to be like soft or like kind-hearted to a fellow sister, and she give you like a little nasty attitude. You be like, girl, okay,
Right.
you got it. You got it. I was
But
about to
that's what
say
I was
something.
saying too. We was talking about the situations like with we was having a conversation. It was I think me, my mama, and my stepdad having a conversation about like the whole like Black women being accepting of outside kids and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but I was basically saying like in situations like when you get cheated on by somebody or whatever and they have a child on you, I was basically, I don't think that you're obligated to take care of that child, but I kind of feel like if you're gonna stay with that person, it's kind of messed up to not want
Accept
them to
them back,
have
but not accept the child.
right,
It
because it's kind of
is.
like you didn't really accept them back for real.
I agree. I ain't gonna lie, I agree. Because I feel like if you're gonna forgive the person, you have to forgive the situation too. I
Right.
would, if I know in my heart that I'm not gonna be able to accept that child or, be at peace in that relationship whenever the child around or the mom, the person you cheated on me with, then I would have to remove myself. Cause I know
Exactly, from
me,
the
I'm
whole
gonna spaz.
situation.
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna do
spaz
that.
every time.
I can tell you right now, I ain't gonna do that because every time you look at that child, that's gonna be a reminder of what the man did to you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So if
Yeah.
you can get over that part, you're gonna have to accept that child.
Yeah, because what's
Mm-hmm.
the
Most
point?
definitely.
It's
Right.
and my
That child
point
is
really
a
was they
extension
were
of him.
talking about like the
I
baby
think
mamas
time
coming
heals
into the
all.
situation, like situations where like you were saying, Nadia, like we're hard on ourselves. The point I was trying to make basically is in a situation like that, and like you have to deal with like bitter baby mamas and stuff like that. I kind of feel like Black women should have this understanding where we can talk to each other in situations like that. We all know what happened.
Right.
He cheated on me with you. You had a child. You're hurt because you thought that he was
You,
going to leave me and he didn't. We should be able to sit and have conversations like that to rectify situations instead of just beefing. And then you got that battle going back and forth with the wife, the baby mama in a situation or whatever. But I kind of feel like Black women, there's this friendship missing within our space as well. And we take a lot of things out on each other that a lot of times the men are responsible for. And I feel like we should have this understanding where we don't let that happen. We don't let a person come and try to divide us and make us compete and fight over them and stuff like that. We should be able to sit down, have a conversation and figure this out, because at the end of the day, there's a child involved. Or even if
right.
it's not a situation like that, we need to figure it out. Like, I feel like we spend too much time beefing when we could really just be helping each other out, regardless of whether that man is in our lives or not.
And you know
Right.
what?
We can become
Oh,
friends and leave that nigga alone. That's how I see
that
Facts.
that part.
Exactly.
Most definitely. I love that. But when stuff start to get to be too weird, like I don't want to be your friend. Like if you doing too much on the situation, because like some females, they like that. They like that he cheated on you with them. They like that they got pregnant and had your man. They like that you feel like that. So like, yeah, they'll be trying to be like that fake friend. Like if you coming off like fake and phony, I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna nip that in the bud quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
let you know
definitely
I see
always
right
gonna
through
be
you.
those that's not going to,
Genuine.
yeah, they're not going, and that's why I say that's the problem. Like I'm tired, like situations like that. Like I feel like a lot of things can be easy, but we make them hard because we're hurt, we're bitter, we're hurt. We don't know how to get rid of those emotions or whatever, or get through those emotions, when really the person that can help you through that is the person you fighting, you beefing with.
That's true. And I think a lot of times, and I'm talking about the sisterhood now, we ain't talking about no Negro in between, none of that. I'm talking about sisterhood. I think a lot of the problems that we have with each other too stems from childhood or like friendships and like school days. Cause like
Nadia,
I
your
had a
connection.
friend before,
Okay.
always had problems. You know how they do. With it, it's better.
Go ahead, it's better now.
Hello, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I left the Wi-Fi. I'm at the store. But I feel like I was using an example. I was using her as an example. So she was light skinned. She's light skinned. She's Black and Puerto Rican. And she always felt like in her other school, she couldn't be friends with like the dark skinned girls because they was always, you know, jealous of her or whatever the case may be, which drug it over into our friendship. Because I'm very content with my dark skin. I love me. I wouldn't want to be nobody else. I wouldn't want to have no other lighter skin. I wouldn't want to have no smaller lips. No, I like me. Okay. I'm satisfied. So with that being said, I realized like a lot of the stuff she would say and do and how she would move, it would be like, I'm supposed to be jealous. Like it's expected of me to be jealous of you because you're light skinned and you're mixed with Puerto Rican. Like, it was just so weird. Like, it was a time that, okay, I had this ex, right? Mind you, I didn't even want this boy, okay? The boy was just so ugly. I only liked him because he could dress. And once I got over that, he was just nothing in my eyes. So we ran into him or whatever this one day. Long story short, he was just giving her compliments. But I knew it was coming from a place of trying to make me jealous. But again, I've always been secure as me. So it was just like, you look dumb. Like, now I'm really not going to talk to you. Now I'm really going to block you on everything. You know, it was that was the type of energy that I had. But she was like, oh, I don't care about compliments. Oh, it's okay. I don't want him. It's okay. You don't have to be upset. And it was like, girl, I am not upset. He looks goofy. I don't even want him. I'm on to something else. Like, you know, it was like that. But like that, I'm not even gonna lie, that used to piss me off in our friendship. But like Miss Glenda said, once you get to know people and you don't speak up, because I didn't speak up. I was just like, oh, you being a little weird, you know, like that. But as time progressed, she was able to express that. Like, you know, I always felt like, you know, dark-skinned girls were jealous of me. And that way I could come in and be like, that's them. Right. I'm me. Like, I'm not jealous of you. I'm secure. So I feel like we harbor and like carry those feelings and those emotions from family members, friends, experiences that doesn't pertain to the situation or the friendship or the people we have around us today. Right. So again, that goes back to what I said about how we can fix the relationship with Black men and Black women. Again, we need to heal those emotions. We got to stop carrying that and putting those off on everybody we encounter. Like, oh, she just looked at me saying she don't like me because I'm cute. Like, no, you feel me? It's deeper underlying issues. Like, and I think, yeah, and I hate that for us. Like, I just wish we could get to a place outside of like, you know, the Black women and the Black men, just Black women, us together. If we could, if we could.
I do feel like we be getting it. We definitely be getting in each other way.
We definitely do.
Yeah, we do. Okay. And see, that goes back with her being with your friend being that way when y'all were younger. That was actually a defense mechanism for her.
Right.
Because where she came from, that's the way she was treated. So being young, you're gonna automatically think when you go somewhere else, they're gonna do the same thing. So in order to be defensive and still try to, not look like you're depressed and sad all the time, you build this fence around yourself and say, okay,
Right.
I'm going to another school. I already know how they're gonna treat me. I know how I'm gonna have to be. And you go in already accepting something that hasn't been done yet. So when anything transpires and it looks like, not saying that it is, but it looks like it's gonna be the same thing, you're gonna come out the same way. And that goes back to my part about friendship and understanding. Once we can understand where a person comes from, the way they've been treated, or the things that may have happened to them in their childhood, we can actually be better people to each other. Because everybody was brought up differently. Everybody was raised different. Everybody come from, different parts. So something that you may look at it like it's no big deal to me. The next
Right.
may be in tears because they're like, okay, well, that bothered me. And you like, well, why would that bother you? Not knowing or understanding where they came from.
Right. And that definitely makes sense because I was raised to have tough skin. So a lot of stuff
Same.
just roll off my back.
That's-
And the way I come off to certain people, like I don't realize I'm being aggressive. I'm like, I'm aggressive. Like I was nice. That was nice.
That's
Like,
how I
you
feel
know,
like it was between me and my sister. Like it would be certain things that I didn't understand either. Like she had a different experience than I did growing up. Like I got a lot of the the teasing or whatever because we got dark skin, whatever. They gonna tease me. But I got a lot of compliments and stuff, and she didn't get that. And then when people would when stuff would bother her, I didn't get it. Like, why are you mad? Like, yeah, your skin is dark, but you pretty. So like, why you letting these people get under your skin or whatever? I didn't get it because I wasn't wired like that. But also my experiences were different than hers. But when I got older, I understand now, like, or whatever, I get it. But I don't know. I feel like as a kid, I always kind of knew where that hate came from. When it would be like that, I always kind of knew like why somebody wouldn't like me for whatever reason or whatever. I could always kind of like feel it out or whatever. So I didn't like Nadia said, it just slid off my back. Like I don't care. Like it's not gonna bother me. So it used to bother her, and I didn't get it. I'm like, what? Like, why she care so much? Like, why do you care so much? But at the same time,
Because
her
you're very nonchalant.
I am. I ain't gonna lie.
She's like
it's a
nothing bothers
defense
her. Or
mechanism.
if she go through something, you may see like even with relationships, like just watching her on hand, she may affect her like 3 days and she's over it. I'm like, girl, how do you do that? Like she just like have such a nonchalant attitude, and I'd be like, deep down inside, I'd be like, I wish I could be like that. Like,
I mean, you can
just get over
I was just
things
about to
so
say that.
easily.
You definitely can.
Not even with the dark skin no more, because I'm older, and then I was younger, and then and now everybody wants to be dark skinned. People that's caramel, you be seeing I'm dark skinned. You're not dark skinned.
Okay, cut it out.
But just how I see her
skin.
like maneuver through life, she just get over everything so quickly, and it's not that easy for me.
Yeah,
it bothers me more.
But you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice not to let it bother you. It's the thing.
And that is easier said than done.
You got to have that I don't care attitude when it comes to certain things, because you can't let things bother you till it affects your mental capacity. You cannot do that.
Right.
And you know what? A lot of things roll off my back, but like relationships, I didn't do a lot of relationships until I got older. So I'm still learning. So like when I really connect with somebody, it's just like I feel like you can tell me the sky's purple and I'm gonna believe you. Like I know that's sick, but it's just like I know that's sick. I won't even look up. I'll be like, okay, it's purple. Like
Nadia, you so naive, honey.
You tell me the sky purple, you're gonna have to give me a thesis statement. I need
look, I
a
ain't even gonna look
10
up.
research paper.
I'll be like,
Even if I see it's purple, it ain't purple.
I'm
I
still
need
gonna
proof.
question
I need
you.
proof and explanation and everything.
no, I really am. I hate that for me because I'm a late bloomer, but it's okay. I'm learning. I learned a lot. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Look, firsthand, I learned a lot.
Yeah, but I do feel like Miss Glenda said, it is about coming to trying to figure out why somebody thinks the way they do, why they behave the way they do. And I feel like in our community, we don't do that because we're taught to fight. We're taught to fight. It's just
Right.
if somebody do this to you, fight them. If this happened, fight. Like we have no conflict resolution skills outside of being either verbally abusive or physically abusive to each other. And that's something that we need to work on.
Yeah, right. I'm guilty of that. Cause you go low, I'm going to hell. I'm sorry. No, for real. I'm trying to get better, but yeah. Cause I feel like I don't bother nobody. So if you like really bother me and piss me off, like I gotta take it there with you. So leave me alone. Don't ever cross this line and go back in your hole. Like you feel me? I be trying not to do that.
You're not by yourself. I used to not be like that. I used to leave stuff alone, but now I'm just like, you know what? You want to take it low? I will go lower. Let's go.
Right, exactly. I'm about to make you cry because you didn't piss me off.
I'm the opposite. I don't even want to put that energy. I don't even want to do that.
She definitely the opposite, but
I love that. I need to get there.
I do it for a little while, but when it comes to going too low, no, I just think silence is way more harder killer.
Yeah, it can be. That's also a fight too. That's a stance. Killing people with kindness or silence, not saying nothing. That's also fighting back.
Because most 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, they be wanting a reaction out of you, or they want you to act all irate. I ain't giving you that. Some stuff you do have to fight back, of course.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Now, I ain't about to give you no reaction like that either. Or I'm gonna make you like you come at me with something. I'm gonna point out all of the reasons why. This is why you feel like this is why you like this. I'm gonna turn into a therapist. You know what? You seem like you got antisocial personality disorder. What happened to you in your what happened to you in your childhood?
Right. It's a process for me. I go quiet first, but if you keep going after I've been quiet for so long, then yeah, I'm about to take it to hell. I'm not coming back.
Exactly.
So I was quiet. I left it alone. I let you talk or whatever, and you still want to keep going. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I just give you one pass. Cause like I said, I be in my own little corner. So if you come over here looking for me and you say something, I'm be like, okay. You say something again, yeah, I'm taking it to hell. And I ain't gonna let up till you cry when I fight.
You about to get under my skin. You about to be crying because I'm gonna point out all of the reasons why you acting like this.
No, it's a joke to me. I just like to do it.
She ain't gonna say, I'm sorry.
Nah, like for what?
For what? Exactly, for what? I'm not sorry.
I'll be sorry.
Exactly. I mean everything. So
do that Gemini move. Like, I'm sorry you feel that you were in the right.
Right. But yeah, I think ain't no more questions, and I think we answered all of the ones that I had. Oh, I got one more.
Oh, go ahead. Because I got a question to ask y'all too.
Okay, I got one more. Then Nadia, you can go ahead. What's a pet peeve you have of Black men?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go last.
It's a lot, but
Well, you can go first.
Girl, the list is long. Most importantly, I just want you to clean up behind yourself, you know. I'm gonna leave it at that one, but the list is long, so. And it could be because what you always say I have?
OCD.
Yes, and that's probably why my list is long, because of the whole OCD thing. But the list is long. But I'm not difficult though.
Yeah, you
I
got your
do work with you.
particulars.
I'm very particular.
You do.
Mine is saying I do better and never doing better. Ever, ever, ever.
Oh, that's on my list. I hate that.
What about you, man?
The listening skills, and I don't even mean like as far as just listening to women. I mean even listening to themselves. They will literally tell you exactly where they went wrong, and yet somehow in that same breath, it will still come out that it's somebody else's
It's his
fault. And it's like,
fault.
did you not just hear? Do you hear yourself when you talk? How did you go through? That's like doing a math problem and you're doing exactly what's on the board. And the board said the answer is 10, and somehow you end up with 550. How? How?
What about you, Miss Glenda?
The lies
Ooh,
that top
that's a
everything for me.
Just be honest.
Definitely.
It's easier to be
Definitely.
honest.
that's a
Right,
That
good one.
that
right.
that's definitely, because if I'm asking you, I already know. I'm just wanting to know what you're gonna say.
Exactly. And see
At this point, that's just in
that
their
puts you in a
DNA.
position to where you like, okay, you're looking in my face, you're lying. It's not even anything big, but because you choosing to lie, I don't have a choice but to look at you different now. And then
Right.
I'm wondering, okay, what else you lying about? Like that was the smallest thing for you to just open up, be honest about it, because you already know if we're asking, I already know the truth, but I want to see how you're going to respond. So
Mhm.
when you lie, it's oh my God, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So that part, mm,
I hate that too.
It's
What about you?
unnecessary, but they're gonna do it anyway.
they do it anyway. They do.
What about you, Nadia?
It's the acting for me. Be the same person you was when I
Mm.
met you. Don't put on for me. Don't have me expecting this man every day, year after year, and you change. I don't got time for that. Cause I be so locked in with the man you pretended to be that I be so confused
That
when
Like,
was
who
when you
are
show me
tripping,
who
you?
you
tripping you up.
exactly.
Who
I be
are
like,
you? I
hold
don't know
on.
this person. This ain't the person I met.
Mhm.
Exactly. I'm in love with the potential, whoever that was. I bring him back. I don't like this. So yeah, it's the acting for me. I feel like men are some great actors. Y'all, man, they act very well. They need some Oscars.
Yeah, that lying, the lying is a huge thing because I feel like they do lie a lot. And I feel like a lot of times when you're, because it's like they try to force you to do certain things or they force certain things on you when they do that. I don't think they consider that when they lie. You taking my choice away. Now I
Right,
can't decide what I want to do in that situation because you decided to lie to me to get what you want, and that's not okay. Like there
right.
are
Right.
plenty of women who are going to want the same things you want. Stop lying to women. Be honest. You never know what she might be okay with. And I think that men have a problem with what your response is going to be. And it's like, but if we tell y'all the truth, then y'all ain't gonna give us the chance. Okay,
Move on.
there's gonna be somebody else who gonna give you the chance. They don't like our reaction, so they feel like when women say we want honesty, that means that we're gonna accept it and we're gonna no, that doesn't mean just because I want you to be honest with me doesn't mean that I'm going to deal with whatever that honesty is, and I have a right not to do that. We don't have to. I don't have to put up with it just because I want you to be honest.
Let it be my choice.
Exactly.
Right.
And to me it's manipulative to even think like that. Well, if I tell her the truth, she's not gonna accept it, so I'm a lie. That's manipulative. That's you pretending to do something to get whatever you want out of me, and that's not okay. But my pet peeve, aside from that, my pet peeve is them being inconsiderate. Like I feel like men are so inconsiderate, and also they don't take initiative to do stuff. It's always you gotta I hate having to ask you to do certain things when you know that you need to do it. I shouldn't have to keep asking you. I shouldn't have to keep reminding you. I shouldn't have to stay on your back. Like you're
Heavy on the
an
keep
adult.
asking.
Right,
Heavy
you're
on
an
the keep
adult.
asking.
You know what you're supposed to be doing, so do it. That's it.
I hate that. Oh my God, I
Or
hate that.
not, or saying I'm gonna do it and never
Never
do
do
it.
it.
Right.
And
But then if
then
you do
will
it,
get mad
they
at
get.
you
I was
if
about to say
somebody
that.
if,
If somebody
so
else
if
do it,
you do
or
it.
if you do
Yeah.
it, they mad. And Nadia, you can go ahead and ask your question. What's your question,
Got like,
Nadia?
We can't hear
can you
you.
hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So my question is, what type of Black woman do y'all see yourself as? And what type of Black men do y'all attract? I wanted to be funny. So yeah. Not what Black men you want to attract, but what Black men do you attract?
Do you attract? Okay.
Right.
I'll start off. I see
Okay.
myself as the healer, the nurturer, the helper, the one that Black men look to improve, to get to that person that they want to be or whatever. But at the same time, being with somebody like me is a lot for them, because I'm gonna do all of this, but I'm expecting that same thing too. Like, you're gonna have to rise to occasion whenever I need you to. So it ain't just gonna be, it's give and take. You can't take and not give anything.
Right.
And it took me going through a toxic situation to learn that about myself, that's how I am. I'm just a giver, and I just have to be careful about who I attract, like you said. And the type of Black men I attract is usually the ones that need help. the ones that always the ones that need help, the ones that don't know
You attract
themselves,
the
the ones
help.
that need
You attract the
exactly
help.
exactly. I attract those type.
The ones that need the healing.
Unfortunately.
That must be the same for me then. The ones
I was
that are
about to say the
broken
same
and
thing.
need you to fix them and lift them up, and oh my God, I'm tired.
Me too.
I'm tired. But I'm that same way. I'm the healer. I'm the one who feels sorry for everybody. I'm going to go above and beyond for you, no matter who you are. I'm going to just put it all out there because that's the type of person that I am. I'm going to be the one that's always giving, and you're not even giving the same amount back, not even half back. So
I don't even
I'm the
expect
same.
somebody to give
I ain't
me
even gonna
the
lie, you
same
so
amount back,
independent.
because
You don't
I
even
give
give
a
a man
lot.
the time.
Who, me?
No.
Oh.
I'm so independent. She don't even give a man the time. I remember when I used to be that shit on mowed the line, then cleaned out the car. I'm like,
Cause
God,
I don't
definitely
have
don't need
time for that
it's
waiting.
shining.
See, you know it
She
needs
don't
to be
like
done. I
waiting.
shouldn't have to
Yes.
tell you that. So I don't have time for that whole waiting thing and asking you over and over again. So I'm gonna get out there and do it on my own.
And do
That's
it
me.
great
Oh,
too.
she give him
Right.
time.
With
She
her booty
definitely
shorts
give time.
on, huh?
She
Thank you.
definitely give
She
him
gives.
time.
She gives time.
He
I
need
do
way more
that.
time than I would,
Okay.
for sure. but I guess I'm my mama's daughter. That's
Okay.
why I'm picky.
Gotta be. Shoot. Got to be.
I don't even know what type of Black woman I am. Honestly, I don't think I like
I feel like
every
it's the
guy I
same.
dated was different, so I can't really
And
give
Ma,
like
everybody you dated wasn't the same.
Yeah, me either.
Ma.
No,
I mean, like, it wasn't enough for me to
but
be like I'm the healer, or they come to me for like you have to ask them.
You definitely are.
You
You
gotta ask
definitely
them.
are. You are.
I am now, but I'm married, so that don't count.
it's so
That
count.
do count.
It's so count. It counts.
Counts.
It don't count to me because that's one person. Like, of course, I'm like,
Well, if we talk about that, I only had one serious relationship too, so I'm going off of that one person too. Oh
funny.
shoot, we
No,
both
Boonie,
don't
you
know.
definitely talk to, even when it's just friends. You
Yeah, I
still
feel like
are
I'm a
the
healer
healer.
like that with everybody. I think that's just how I am with everybody.
It is because we can go in the store and there'll be strangers, and for some reason, I used to say, "Do I have talk to me? Tell me your problem stamped on my forehead."
Right.
Cause you, and then when I come back home and say, this lady said such and such, you mean to tell me a stranger actually walked up to you and start telling you their problems? Yes, it happens
They do
all
that.
the time.
They
It'd be
do.
so weird. I ain't
That's
gonna
why
lie.
I don't like going nowhere.
I don't even be knowing what to say half the time. I'll be like, oh, yikes, you done
A
been
lot
through
of
it.
times you ain't got to because they talk so much.
Yeah, that's true. They just want somebody to listen, a stranger. They can't judge them and they can go on about their day. Yeah.
What about you, Miss Glenda?
The healer.
I would
So-
say that the nurturer, the friend slash the homie. I'm that type.
Mother.
If I call her and I need to talk to her, she's there for me. If I need her, she's there. So I'm the mama. I'm the nurse.
Definitely.
I'm tired.
Glenda, you sound like me. I'm tired too. I'm tired.
Tired.
I'm
I
with
really like
y'all.
be sitting here like, that's my mama. Why are y'all talking to my mama? That's my mama. Don't y'all have your own parents?
I am everybody's mama, and I don't mind because I have that nurturing spirit, and I've always had it to a point. I'm the baby out of 3 girls, and when we were younger, my sisters always said they thought I was going to be the first one to have a kid, not because I was sexually active, which I wasn't until I was 18. I just was not interested, but it was because of the kind of spirit that I carried. I was the mama, and I'm still the mama, and I'm still the friend. I'm still the homie. That's my girl. But they give me that respect, and I like that. But I'm just tired.
Okay, let me ask y'all this now. So,
Oh, go ahead.
right, and that's why I wanted to ask y'all this. Okay, being that y'all the nurturers, the givers, the mothers, who is pouring into y'all cup when y'all pour into everybody else's cup and the well run dry? Because y'all
Each
keep
other.
saying y'all
Our
tired.
mother.
Each other. Do we pour
Yeah.
into
Right.
each other cup?
Exactly.
Me and
We
Okay.
got
Van.
our little community, right?
Yeah,
Me and
okay.
my mama, me and my
And I used to
sister.
say that too. I used to be like, I'm giving so much. Nobody's giving me anything. Who's going to be giving me something back?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And then she had
That
me.
is
Because it
what
has to
made
be.
me. That is what
It
made
can't just
me
be
cutting a lot of people
take
off.
now.
Like I ended
But
up cutting a lot of people off because of that. Like I felt like I was giving, or being there,
Same.
and I didn't have the same in return. Till it got to a point I like changed my phone number. I had everybody else's phone number, but I changed mine, so nobody had any way to contact me. I had deleted my social medias. The only people that knew my number, could talk to me, was my mom and my little brother. Like this was before I had met my husband. Like I wasn't talking to nobody because I was like, you know what? I don't have the same luxury apparently that everybody else has. And even now it's like you can pour so much, but if nobody is pouring back into you, what do you do? And I think I was explaining to Boonie, I was like, it's so much easier because you've done it for so long. It's so much easier to just keep doing it than to sit down and try to pour it into yourself or get something in return, because then you got to go through the fight of somebody trying to put in that effort. You got to deal with them, you got to deal with the extra work, and it's like it's so much that you just like,
Well,
what,
I don't want to take them out and you lose.
I'm gonna just keep going like that. But the men that I attracted varied. Like I don't know. I really can't say what I attracted because it's some men I wouldn't even give a second glance after they talk to me. So I really don't know.
Yeah, I do think it varies for all of us, but we still play that same role in some type of way. Because I definitely don't attract the same type of man. I mean, I've never dated the same man twice, I'll say. I don't have a type. But, I attract people, like, even if it's not romantically, that's just kind of who I attract naturally, like anybody.
That's the thing with me. I can't say the same because I feel like I don't attract anybody. Like I don't get people wanting to, like, I've never actually had people just wanting to talk to me, coming to talk to me on their own, except for like one time. And that was one of like the greatest friendships I had. As far as the women, it was basically them adopting me through other friends, but actually like attracting somebody to me, like I never had that experience. It was always through other people, like me and you, like met through
Right.
it wasn't because we already like saw each other or something and we just became it. No, it was always through other people that I ended up with friends or relationships, but never because they just felt something pulled them to me or I felt
Or
pulled to
maybe
it
it
was never like
did.
that.
Like, I feel like if we met each other, we definitely would have been attracted to each other. But,
I don't know, because
social
me, I'm
media.
introverted. I like having my
Me
bubble, and I
too.
just be like, you know what? Don't talk to me. That I think I give off that vibe pretty much like as a whole
I
now. Like,
be
don't
thinking
talk
that
to
I give
me.
off that vibe, but I obviously don't. I think I be thinking that I do, and like I feel like people they'll be like, "You so mean," but it's like, then why you talking to me? If I'm so mean, why you still here? Why you still talking to me?
I have some that be
Like,
like, I thought you was stuck up before, and it's like, well, see, friendship over now
same.
because I don't want to talk to you now.
It's
Because
crazy.
if you thought I was stuck up, why'd you start talking to me?
Exactly.
They wanted to be in that stuck up bubble, child.
People always say that when you like a person that stay to yourself, it's like they be getting offended. Like, how dare you walk around here without people? How dare you not talk to me? Who do you
How
think you
dare you not
are?
pay me attention that I don't deserve?
Right. Who do you think you are?
You're entitled. Like, what? Make that make sense.
I thought you was stuck. Like, who possessed you to even come to somebody and say that? But you so cool. Not no more. Now that you said that, I'm not about to be cool no more.
The only thing I have to compare to is like my mom. Like she said, she's the nurturer, the healer, the homie, the friend. I don't care who it was. If they knew my name, they gonna know more about my mama than I've ever even given them the leeway to, because she pulls people. Like they come to her. She gets people that only know my name, but they'll be coming to her like, hey, or hey mama, and she like, who are you? Which one of you? And I'm like, that's so and so. We not even friends, but they will talk to my mom. Like everybody loves my mom. Even exes love my mom. Everybody loves my mom.
That's how it is with my mama too.
Yeah, I could tell. She pulls a lot of she's sitting there quiet, but she pulls a lot of people. I can tell.
And the thing about that is I'm always quiet, but like you said, yeah, I attract a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sure got me.
I'm quiet too, but they
Right. Speaking of that, Van say they be exes. Nadia. Talk about she sure got me.
No, for real. Tell me something. You like you got a lot of skeletons in your closet. I was like, oh,
She
heck
told you that.
Yeah. I started busting out laughing. Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, you done find out my secrets.
And then when my mama came, oh Lord, have mercy. I'm like, yeah, Nadia used to be my demon child. Why would you say that in front of my in-laws? Like, who does that?
And you see how drawn your mama was to me?
Yes.
Her too.
Like, yes.
She's still showing up on these podcasts. If it was me, if I'm not with somebody no more, that family not gonna see me no more. Forget
No, I
that.
ain't like No, I ain't like that because, like, you know, a lot of situations people don't meet like genuine family members. They
Right.
meet family members that play both sides. You feel me? And with y'all, like, it was so genuine. So I'm like, regardless if we don't work out, like, I would still want them people in my life, you know? So yeah, it was definitely a vibe every time I was around y'all.
Got you. We
I think
definitely.
with me and Boonie, it was a game of tug of war.
Oh
We used to
yeah.
just go back and forth like for no reason. We used to just go back and
Oh
forth, and then it was
yeah.
just like, you know what?
You know
This
what?
is my friend.
Because she was the only one, like you was the only one in that group that was like me, basically, that was gonna be real. I like real people. I don't like nobody who gonna just tell me what I want to hear. I like somebody who gonna be like, but this is how you act. And I'm like, you're right.
I lost supposed to be friends like that, not telling them what they want to hear, telling them the hard
Yeah,
truth.
it happens
But that
too.
let me know that y'all weren't my friends in the first place.
Right.
That's why I used to tell Van, like, having like especially being in like groups of friends with girls was always hard for me, because it just used to be when you the go-to person in a group and people coming to tell you stuff, and then when they get in front of everybody else and it's something different, it makes it hard for you to even trust them. Because like, why you lying? And I will call you out and ask you why you lying in front of all these people.
Not in front of everybody.
Lying.
What?
Girl, you did not say that. Why you lying? So
I remember that one time Boonie did that, then I did it, and they was like, "Are you ganging up on her?" No, the child is lying, so
right.
we want to know why.
Like you're lying. Because I'm gonna call it out. I don't care. A lot of people don't like that though.
That's how a lot of women groups are for some reason, especially with Black women. They always feel like they have to pretend while simultaneously not pretending. Like they'll pretend certain parts of themselves, and it's like there's a difference between being a private person and just being a fucking liar.
A liar. Yeah, you're just a liar.
My thing is, I'm the type of person like, well, I'm the type of friend, like, if I know you're lying, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let you have your moment. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm just not that type of person to be like, you lying, girl, you ain't never played no basketball. You don't, like, I'm not gonna do that.
I am.
Because
Look, I'm
then
gonna let
if
you
I
have your
don't,
little moment.
I'm
And then I'm gonna just be like, you
don't
did too
say it
much.
in
Like,
public,
you
well,
did too much to
I don't know.
impress somebody. Like, I'm gonna have that one-on-one talk with you, because I don't like anybody to feel like my conversation or my feelings is motivated by the crowd. No, we're gonna have this one-on-one talk, and I'm gonna still feel the same type of way.
Conversation is feelings motivated by the crowd because they lie
Right,
about playing
because when they
basketball
lie,
when they know they don't play basketball. Bro, you lying. Like, why you even lying?
Bro,
I
my
trust
ex-friend
people
used to
like
do that
that,
all the
because if you're
time,
lying
bro.
in public, then I don't know what is the truth.
Exactly.
Because if you're saying this in public, so everybody else thinks this, but in private, I know this. Now I'm going to be sitting here like, okay, are you lying to me or are you lying to the rest of the world? Why would you do that in the first place? So if you're going to lie, you can just do that lie by yourself, but you ain't going to be looking at me to back you up in that lie, because everybody else going to be thinking I'm a liar, and they going to be like, Dan,
Oh no, I
you
don't back
knew that
nobody
they
up. I
weren't
just
like
let you
that.
lie.
So why'd you sit there when they was telling this lie? Because I was just as confused as you. That's the best I can come up with.
Nadia say, I ain't gonna back them up. I'm gonna just let them lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let you lie. I'm gonna just look at you like you stupid. Like, oh, okay, you did what? Okay. All right.
Like some guy told one guy that he was from Alabama, but he had told me he was from somewhere else. And dude was like, hey, he said he from Alabama. Is that true? I was like, is that what he told you? He was like, yeah. I was like, shit, I don't know, because he told me something different like 3 days ago. And then he told me something else like a week ago. So at this point, I'm just as lost as you, sir. I don't know. Ask him again. See if he give you another answer.
That goes back to what Miss Glenda said. All that lying, I can't stand it. That's a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand nobody. That junk annoying to me. But I don't think we have any more questions. So we are going to end the conversation right here. Thank y'all for coming on here and having this conversation with us. And thank everybody for watching. Don't forget, if you have any questions or want any advice, email us at socialpsychopod@gmail.com. And we'll try to answer your questions as best as we can. But thank you for watching. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.